Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GW Panther, the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG. This one's located on the south sport of Murovanka, and it's under the command of Chickens 1003 of the Arty clan. Now, it's a Tier 7 game with Tier 6 tanks in it, so it should be fun because he's top tier and he should be able to get the better of some of the enemy. Game on! Now, it's a 15cm howitzer on an Arty that was made from a Panther but never actually got put into production. Such a pity because it could have been quite interesting actually. Although I have heard recently that apparently German crews are actually given a Hummel or some of the later SPGs, which would have included this one, were not aware of how to actually drive them or look after them, and that's why so many of the vehicles were actually damaged mechanically because their crews just hadn't a clue how to keep them on the move. Yes, they would drive them very badly and they would actually end up stripping the gears and making a complete muck up of it. Okay, the Arty, otherwise known as Dracula. It's capable of doing 600 alpha, 39mm pen, 7.2 meters on burst radius, between 10 and 18 seconds of stun. Ready to go. Well, you can see straight away he's actually aiming towards the water, and look at that, there's an enemy Arty, went straight into the water and drowned himself. Yeah, the MX-13F3 on that guy is out of the game altogether. And we just put a round in there. I'm not so sure that will actually do you any good. Thing is, with this Arty, you do actually get 30 rounds of ammunition, so you've got more than ammunition, more than enough to actually keep it going for the full game. Just like the S51, that's also got 30 rounds. Oh, he's using shell camera. Now, this could be fun. It sometimes gives you motion sickness if you follow it all the time, but it can be very, very good fun when you actually do get a direct hit and it hurts the enemy. You can get it if you've actually got Aslains mods. The battle assistant does allow you to press the shift key down on the, well, not the shift key, the alt key rather, on the left side of the keyboard, and that follows the shell after you fire it. So just keep tracking your target, and the moment you fire, press down alt and you follow the shell to the target. You get to see exactly what happens to the shell. Okay, well, there is enemy tanks up there. Now you can see the BZ-58 lined up and working on behind, rounds out. Direct hit, 290s. Really shredding these guys. Very nice indeed. Racked up 671 hit points of damage and a bit of stun assist already. Now, if you probably do know about the GW Panther, but if you're new to this channel, then the GW was actually designed by Krups, and they actually had a model, and he's got his first kill. They actually had a model all lined up. They knew everything. They designed it all, but it was down to one of the German generals, General Manstein, that they didn't put the Panther into production because they needed Panther tanks for him to fight with. And we just learned that the enemy Arty is over on the grid square A1 or B1, because that's where the shell came from. We just saw the tracer go directly beneath us as we were looking from overhead. So we know that the enemy Arty is in that general direction. In fact, there is only one enemy Arty left, because of course the AMX-13F3 died. So they've only got a Lorraine 15550. On our team, we do have an M44. He's actually just slightly behind us in grid square K1. Now, in the game, Wargaming have not given the GW Panther the turbocharger. And, oh, that was a direct hit. The reason why, well, we don't know why, because, of course, all Panther tanks were given a turbocharger for the engine, and consequently that gives the standard Panther a lot faster speed than the GW Panther. If you want to get it to go the same or anywhere near the same speed, you actually have to put a turbo in yourself as one of your slots. But most players are reluctant to do that, even though the Panther is actually quite slow. So you've got a choice. You can either use the spare slot for a turbo, or you can use it for a camo net, which is not very efficient, or you can use it for the silent exhaust, the reduced noise muffler. Yes, the shells are still coming from that corner. It very much looks like the enemy Arty is actually in B1. Oh, what a shot! Right into the side of the Nashorn. That's a penetrating round. He got 710, which is, well, I think that's a full roll. Of course, 125% of 600 is in actual fact 750. So it wasn't 100%, but oh, he so narrowly missed getting the Dickomax too. The Dickomax jinked to one side just as the shell was fired, and that saved his life. Of course, Dickomaxes don't have much armor. In fact, about the same amount of armor as the Nashorn does. And he really walloped that Nashorn. Huge hit, that one. 710. Massive. That one fell short. If that one had been a little bit further, I'm pretty sure that Challenger would have taken it on the turret. That might have been another penetrating shot. Challengers don't have much in the way of armor on their turrets, but they do have armor on the back of the turret, the bustle, because there's a counterweight there, and it's actually stronger armor on the reverse of the Challenger than it is on the front. Okay, BK. Lovely. Got the shell camera as well. I've had some very interesting results with the shell camera and various arties, including the Gorilla. And now we can definitely see where the shells are coming from. Oh, they're definitely coming from B1. Yes, I've actually used them on a Gorilla. There's the Dickomax. Okay, let it fully dial in. Fires the round in. Oh, he managed to duck away in time to avoid that one. You can actually see the shell in flight on that one. I remember once actually I used the shell camera on the M41 HMC, first shot of the game, and I took out an AMX ELC on the Sacred Valley map. I know it's a map that you probably haven't seen for a long while. This was pre-HD, and yes, it was my first shot on the enemy, and I was actually scanning ahead for any sign of that AMX ELC going through a little pass. And he had been spotted by our teammates, so we knew where he was and where he was going. And I fired the round in just at the right moment. I thought he was going through the pass. The shell leapt into the air, followed it with shell camera, and you can actually see it impact on the AMX ELC. It landed on the front deck and completely wiped him out. Now we know where he is. Okay. And the ELC was completely pulverized. It was a one-shot kill for the ELC on that occasion. In fact, I believe I do have the video to that one somewhere. There's a video of me in an M41 killing an AMX ELC. That Tiger One's in a lot of trouble. He suddenly realized. Now it looks like he's got the L71 gun. This is the long barrel one, but it's got more penetration. But there goes the ARL-44. That's the third kill for Chickens. He's having a great game. So 3 kills so far. He's the lead scorer in the entire game. Nobody scored more than him. And he's about to get another one. I think this is a T-34-85. Yes, he got him. He splashed him to death. 4 kills now. That's Tiger. Yes, he's got the big gun, the 280 Alpha, I think it is, on that gun. And quite a lot of pen, which makes it a bit of a monster at tier 7, but it's the top gun. It's the tier 7 gun, I believe, the 88mm L70, or L71, I think it is. Yeah, very long barrel on that one. Okay, nobody in sight at the moment. Something interesting I learned just the other day was apparently that the Tiger 1 was, as early as 1942, was considered obsolete by the Germans. They were going to stop producing them and actually had already started producing the Tiger 2 under the Königstiger title. Or VK3601, low hit points. This could be a kill if we can get the shell close enough. We've got just enough angle to put the shell through that gap. Rounds out. 54 hit points, takes him down to just 27 and a one shot. Looks like the enemy Arty's not even trying to do counter battery at all. I get the feeling he might not know how to. But there's only 5 enemies left now. Super Hellcat's moving in. There's a T-78 just below. He's being chased by a Super Hellcat and he's out the game. We're changing position, getting closer to the enemy so we can get a shorter reaction time and more likelihood of getting a kill. Only 4 enemies remaining. We know where the enemy Arty was located last, or where he was last seen, B1. It's certain he's in B1 now. The angle couldn't have been anything else. That Jackson, though, is in very, very precarious state because he's only got 1 hit point left. And we need to get rid of that Challenger if we can help it. Let's put a round in. Perfect! What a shot! Right into the front, and the Challenger expires. And that's our 5th kill. So he's 1 away from getting a Top Gun now. I think this shows how Arty can be a real help. Oh, the enemy Arty's changed position. He's no longer in B1. He's actually moved over to around about A5 or A6. I say that because I saw this tracer coming in from a different angle. So the Super Hellcat might be the first one to find him. Yes, I don't think he's up there anymore. He was up there, but he's changed. They're all saying go for the cap. There's only 3 enemies left. Stewie Mill, the Lorraine 15550, and a box tank. Now, I haven't seen the box tank all game. He does have a kill, though. We've just seen the Lorraine. He went over to the other side of the map. He's even gone even further, almost as far as the MX F3AM. And, oh, well, we won't get him in this game. The Hellcat got him. So, no chance of counter battery. But we wouldn't get the counter battery medal anyway because the AMX-13F3 did kill himself. There's the box tank. Rounds out. Could be a good one. Well, it tracked him and we did 89 splash. We stunned him and we are getting stun assist, and that was from the M44 and he's gone down. So we got the stun assist from all of that. Now we're going for the Stewie Mill. We're just finishing off the load. Standard reload is 25.89. We've got 21.87. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, he got him! He's got his Top Gun. And that is the end of the game, and it's a victory. That was an ace tanker game for Chickens 1003 of the Arty clan in the GW Panther. He's had aces before. This is not the first time he's had one. He also got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this game, he got 14. He got a Gorse Medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. A High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And he also got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. What a great combination. His win rate was 6,024, which is Super Unicum standard. And let's have a look at his team score. Well, he says one of the best SPG replays I've ever had. It is a good one because look at that, 3,143 hit points in a tier 7 game. The second highest damage was the Challenger, who got 2,976. And the third highest was the Tiger 1 on his own team with 2,045 hit points. Of course, he had the big gun, so it's easier for him to do that. When it came to kills, he also got that one. 6 kills went to Chickens. 2 kills went to the Hellcat on his own team, the Challenger on the enemy team, the T-78 and their VK-601H. And when it came to base XP, he's got that one too. In fact, he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in the game, 1,193, which means he's got the top in all three columns. The next highest base XP was the Tiger 1 with 907, and the Hellcat managed 767. He fired 22 rounds. Well, he certainly deserved the ace tanker that it generated. 10 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which must be the Nashorn without doubt, because that shell went right through the side of the guy as he was driving along. Let's have a look. Yep, no doubt about that. 710, which effectively was a high roll, but it had enough juice in it to actually kill the tank outright. As I said, the 125% of the alpha is 750, so he had more than enough to get it. Let's go back to the details. He also got 15 splashes in the game, 3,143 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 716 hit points of stun assist off 4 stuns. On a premium count, he made a profit of 21,493 credits from the game. He got 55 bonds for a mission achievement, and he also took away 1,789 experience points as well. It was a good game, that really was. And he didn't have to move the counter battery at all during the game. Very sad, though, that the enemy Arty decided to kill himself right at the start of the game. In fact, it's very rare to see people do that straight from the start. But I have a suspicion that Iron Jaw 12 was in a game that he didn't really want to be in. He was actually showing the stock turret, the stock howitzer on the AMX-13F3. Maybe just didn't like the odds of him getting any damage or a win, which is a pity. If only he'd actually learned how to actually play this. And there's loads of videos on our channel showing you how you can play an AMX-13F3 even with a stock gun and get great results. If we go back to the details again, yeah, 13 minutes 12 seconds. He was just into the last 2 minutes of the game when he got the kill shot that won them the game and took out the Sturu Mill, the last enemy tanks. So very well done there to Chickens 1003. I think that was an enjoyable one. Took the full time, but it's also a lovely number of shots. And it established why, in a sense, actually, it didn't really matter that he used that first shot trying to take out or get a hit on the last, the first, the enemy Arty once he drowned himself, because he had plenty of ammo to get really good set of medals off the enemy. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please remember that we're getting very close to 10,000 videos, and the competition is more than likely going to start this coming weekend, because I expect to get through the last few remaining videos in the next couple of days, at which point I will make an announcement that the contest is underway, and then obviously you'll know what the conditions are. I think there's going to be at least 2 weeks for you to get your 2 replays in, and we will put up as many replays as we can during that period. And then everybody will have at least another 2 weeks after the contest is closed for people to view the videos, and then we'll find out who likes which video the most. It'll all be done on the number of views of the video and the number of likes, and the ones with the most likes and most views will obviously get the prizes. But there's 3 prizes basically involved. There's 1 prize to the winner of 10,000 gold. There's 2 second place prizes of 5,000 gold each. And there's 10 third place prizes of 1,000 gold to all the others. So you've got plenty of chance of actually picking up a win, because that's 13 prizes in total from the contest. Hope you enjoyed this replay, and thank you for watching.